It's my second in defense video, so this might become a series. In defense of Christopher Columbus, let's go. I posted a tweet today that said, "Don't let anyone gloss over or rewrite our history. Happy Columbus Day," and apparently that is a very controversial statement. Here's why it's not controversial, because we don't get to judge historical figures from hundreds of years ago through the lens of modernity. Again, hundreds of years ago, through the lens of today. It doesn't quite make sense. It's actually very illogical. And if you were born at the same time as Christopher Columbus, you probably would have done the same things as Christopher Columbus. Except I take that back, because the people in my comments calling Christopher Columbus a genocidal maniac would not have been able to do what he did. They would not have been able to lobby the Spanish government for years to go on this voyage with a ship full of men that sailed across the sea with nothing but their faith and a compass, when these men actively tried to mutiny against him on multiple occasions, then stumble upon the West Indies, meet two tribes of Indians, one that were extremely cannibalistic, and still carry through with one of the first diplomatic political actions to ever take place in that land. You would not have been able to do that. And this is not to wipe away atrocities. Was Christopher Columbus a genocidal maniac? No. But did he commit the transgression of enslavement? Absolutely. Also, was it standard for nearly every single country and every single race that had ever existed at the time? Yes. In fact, it still exists now, but you guys are louder about Christopher Columbus than you are about Libya, China, North Korea, and the United States. But that's a topic for another video. There's so much more that I could say about Christopher Columbus, but this video is going to be a little bit too long. But what I want to do is a little experiment. Let's talk about other people that we put on a pedestal in our society and the transgressions that they've committed, and let's see if we hold the same energy for them as we do for Christopher Columbus. Mahatma Gandhi was famously racist towards black people, sexually abused young girls, and refused to help towards liberation of the untouchables in India. But we're not going to judge him by modern standards, are we? Obama was extremely anti-gay marriage. Not going to judge him by modern standards, are we? Martin Luther King, anti-gay marriage, cheated on his wife, actively watched while a man raped another woman, laughed, and gave him advice. But we're not going to cancel his holiday, are we? W.E. Du Bois, that civil rights activist that we all know and love, spent 5 years in Nazi Germany with the agreement that he would not say a word about the treatment of Jews that was happening in the country at the time. And when he got back, said that the hatred that German people had for Jewish people in Nazi Germany was completely reasonable. We are not judging that by modern day standards. And let's give a very real and present modern day example. While we are here subjecting Christopher Columbus to modern standards, we don't even subject our people to modern day standards. Look at the Middle East. In the Middle East, there are gay people being thrown off of buildings and women being subjugated on a daily basis. We're not holding them to modern standards. And again, if you were born in Christopher Columbus's time, you would be doing the same thing. You don't get to take modernity with you when you're born 500 years ago. That just doesn't work that way. To think that you would somehow be an abolitionist who goes against all of these transgressions is absolutely false. While we sit in our cushy and comfortable country, one that Christopher Columbus greatly contributed to with his voyages, let me remind you, Happy Columbus Day.